So I'm full of envy. I have to fucking pick up this point today. So what would I be envious of? I know it's a troll, but with the 5 thumbs up and a regular group of people on here, and probably in general, who do think of me being envious of what I don't know. So let's just bring up a few points. What would I be envious of? Someone who has the power to dump someone on the street, be that a judge, a court in general, a solicitor, little weeds and scumbags like rent recovery officers, or fucking your likes of Shorrock. What was he called again? Sooner. I'm trying to get a lead back on, which keeps falling off. A harness, shall I say. I don't know. Termination managers, that's it. That's a fine fucking name to have, isn't it? When you go for your next interview. What did you do at your last job, Jim? I was a termination manager. I terminated people's tenancies, and in many cases terminated a large part of their life, smashed the family to pieces, and I felt fat and proud about it. Yeah? Because I have a power when I do that the people I'm terminating can't really take revenge, because I'm wrapped in my little cotton wool blanket, and as much as I look and feel like an aggressive bastard, yeah, I'm pretty secure. Envy of those working for local authorities, which is, well, it's basically been proven now. It's been said all over the country that they're on the verge of collapse. You know, everything's being cut. It's just a daily fucking occurrence now to read a story of a local authority on the verge of collapse, but the one thing that isn't collapsing is the fucking fine pensions that they're paying out to fucking thousands and thousands who've been retired for many years, unlike everybody else's pension. Now, is that envious? Am I envious of that? I'm not envious of it, no. I'm disgusted at it, to be honest. Envy of what? Envy of I'll be honest with this one now. I amongst my sister and a friend and so, we accumulated a few quid over the last 6 months since I knew my son was coming home, and on 4 or 5 occasions when he was here with his girlfriend, we went out for something to eat, only local pubs and such as that. My sister helped pay. We had a nice Chinese takeaway, and even my son said at the end of the couple of weeks, "Oh, I'm sick of eating out." See, because he's a pretty humble guy like me. Yeah, and his girlfriend says he's tight. He's not tight, he's frugal, because he's had to live off nothing. Yeah, because he, like me, got dumped on the street. He got dumped on the street twice, basically. Yeah. At a far younger age than me, with the experience to understand that cunts like this are fucking here, there and everywhere in this country. But I'm struggling to find this envy. I don't want and don't need to have vast amounts. I have the countryside. I have, at the moment, my wonderful dog. I have friends I can nod a head at, which is enough. I'm certainly not envious of any kind of material thing. It's nice, and I know the difference. It's nice to be able to, at the moment, have a car that's on the road that I can do my shopping in. Because for the first 4 years, despite my fucking severe disabilities, when I was dumped on mother's doorstep to spend many nights there, I would shop with a rucksack on my back. And I'm pretty fucking sure the shopping I carried up the fucking hills from Morrison's and such through Home Slack did more harm than good to my joints, be it shoulders, knees and whatever. In fact, I went down the hill further and further, and looked much like any kind of physical labour, be it odd carrying or working in an engineering factory or well, you know, you name it. If you over-abuse and overuse the body, yeah, it will wear out. That's called osteoarthritis in many cases. There's another point. You can spot him a mile away as that one who's just walked up the hill with his Berghaus trousers on, feet size 15s probably, walking with a fucking knock-kneed fucking walk, 6'4", never done a shift in his life, moved to the area for the beauty. Am I envious of him? Not at all. Good luck to him. This is where he wants to come. You know, if this is, well, as my son actually said, anyone should be able to live anywhere they want, and I can't think of anyone with more experience than that, having probably lived in fucking 20 fucking plus fucking countries. Yeah, never mind the surrounding islands over the last 4 years. I'm struggling to find this envy. What would I be envious of? Envious? I'm not even envious of anybody who has another home now or a large home. I was envious at time when I was on my mother's settee. Yeah, wandering the streets all day, seeing her go through hell on earth. Yeah, after cunts like Dunkley sent the police round. Yeah, yeah, as my mother answered the door and said, what's he done now? When I'd done fuck all, because it was all based on fucking lies by the likes of that fucking shower of fucking shite that live round the fucking back. Lawson, is it? Yeah. Now, I've no envy. I've no envy to bums who lie like fuck to get someone fucking... In fact, I actually believe that the lies told about me by the scum from Gateway Housing Association and the scummy fucking friends and buddies is on par with some of the worst and fucking dirtiest lies I've heard in my life. And I've been around a bit. And I've lived with a few fucking bums, believe me, man. Yeah, and I still know a few bums. And I know a few nice guys who can fucking, you know, tell a tale or two. But yeah, I think this is just low-life Britain. This is the fucking underclass that's developed under the underbelly. It's a bit like a tick hanging off a fucking tit. Yeah? There's no envy in that. I gain fucking strength and let's say pride through the way I have survived. If I had to envy anyone, it would be the people who had the courage to say, fuck you, Gateway Housing Association, we're going to give this guy somewhere to live. Yeah? As they decided to take a home handed over to me that wasn't fit for human habitation, that I'd spent my life savings on to turn into a family home. And they decided to toss me on the street for £1,000. Well, I envy people like that. I envy people like the dirty bitch who ran the organisation. I forget the name because these people have become so insignificant in my life. Yeah? Like I remember your Dunkleys and your Rallywells and your fucking... What was her? Bellinger, that was her name, wasn't it? Bellinger. Yeah, I've no envy for people like that. Even if they can put on Twitter that as from tomorrow they've retired for a life of what? A life of fucking memories and actions that led to people losing their homes. And they can sit in their fucking pretty pally fucking bunches of overindulgent pigs shoveling more shite and food down them as they try to fucking condone and justify the corrupt, let's say, way they maintained every social house in this country, every council house paid by my grandparents, your grandparents, and every other fucking person who put together the social housing and council housing that stopped a lot of deprivation, brought children up in some kind of comfort, even though they were always stigmatised anyway. But yeah, I envy that. I'm fucking sorry. What do I envy? The Tories who all sat in Parliament yesterday with the badge on saying 70 years of the NHS. 70 years since they voted against it, they mean, don't they? Yeah. Same as they've smashed the fucking social housing. Because they're even talking now, I believe, of bringing shareholders into these housing associations. And if the rents go anything more ridiculous than where I am now, you know, £130 a week for a double fucking garage in a death camp, then I'm afraid, well, will the people revolt? I think they've lost their spine. I think the people of this nation are just so overcome by fucking complete shite, knocked out by, well, am I envious of the media? The British Bullshit Corporation, the corrupt fucking newspapers, and every other fucking mainstream media channel, be it on TV or through a fucking rag, you know, that prints not the truth, but prints what sells the papers. And if you've got a lot of dicks and bellends and people that, well, I certainly wouldn't be envious of your average I'm all right Jacker, or one of those who someone mentions before have been nowhere and seen fuck all. No, I'm not envious. The least thing I would be in life is envious. I bet there's a lot of people envious of me, don't you? Living in a beautiful part of the world, with a wander down the river like this, with such a companion as Big Zooms, with the ability to go shopping, put some food in my fucking mouth. Oh, I know it could change any time. Yeah, by one of those people I'm not envious of. Yeah, you can tick a box, or you decide that you don't get enough to fucking survive on any longer. I'm not envious of them. I despise people like that. I despise people like that to a depth. I don't think even my friends on here realise. Maybe there's a few people in life who know just how much I despise people like that. But in general, yeah, I'm a nice, as Jason said, humble guy who's got to 60 years old and seen a lot of struggles in life and bent me fucking back and been on my hands and knees. Yeah. But I despise the people who put me there. I despise the people who put my family there. I despise the people that in one way, basically, you know, attributed to the death of my mother and saw my father fucking die, knowing that, you know, his son and his grandson were on the verge of fucking homelessness. Yeah. I'm not envious of anybody with the power to do that to anyone. As I said, they repulse me to the fucking bitter end.